And I'm guessing, well, I said at the very start of this tournament that I thought because it was a first to 5, we're going to see people, especially like Ryan, who are going to take a lot of opportunities to try counter picks and like really like weird, funky characters that might have been training up for the past couple of months.
We haven't seen that at all.
I would have thought Ryan would be the prime candidate to start picking counter picks. Stuff like Yun, especially playing against Taha, playing against Andreas, also playing against Carl.
To be fair, he's not really needed to. No one's really put him in a position where he'd need to really think about who he's using.
Ryan's always been known for his Sagat.
I was surprised not to see Problem switch it up when the momentum was against him. It might have been a good decision.
Yeah, it was very hard for him in that situation to switch it up because whatever happened, it was still such a good matchup for Seth. But Andreas did fantastic to bring it back.
Ryan Hart on his home stage here. He loves this stage so much. Every time Ryan's player 1, it's always.
You know what I think it is? I think it's because the background is so jarring that it actually makes it. Oh my god. Forget that. Fantastic ultra from Ryan.
I can't play on this stage. I'll have an epileptic
because the
fit,
background might actually stop you from like seeing fireballs as comfortably as you would do if it was on training stage or something like that. Maybe. At least that's how I feel when I play on this stage.
That was not
nice
safe.
Nice little block strings.
Is that safe, that knee?
I think, regardless of what it was, Ryan realised that Andreas had stand blocked the second Tiger knee, and that's why he thought that Andreas is going to hit back, so he went for the dragon, the Tiger uppercut.
Oh, he baited.
And Andreas with Ultra 2 is going to take the first round with a very comfortable block there.
Well played, Dre.
These days, I mean, when Ultra 2 first made its appearance as Super, that move was fantastic. It just beat
locked down every fireball.
It was a bit stupid, but it's been distinctly turned down in the following versions. But Andreas so far has gotten a fair amount of mileage out of it, and we're going to see him use it, of course, to deal with fireballs if he can use it on reaction.
I feel like I'm watching Vanilla.
Ryan has figured out a lot of good Tiger knee traps that still work against a character like Rufus. Especially when he doesn't have bar to begin with. Ryan just about gets the throw. He can take this round.
Nice.
Andreas gets the Messiah kick. He won't be able to squeeze it out with the one combo into Ultra 1. Of course, he doesn't have it. So he's going to need at least 2 big combos. That was all he could do there. And Ryan's going to block it. He'll gain a bit of bar for taking the chip. And then he takes the round. He's almost got 2 bars now. I mean, Ultra 2 for Rufus is like, it's a completely reasonable choice against Sagat, because he's going to pelt a lot of fireballs, but it must be really frustrating for the Rufus when you get the Sagat in the corner and you start doing big combos and you realise suddenly you don't have the Ultra 1 to do like even more damage.
And it really takes away that comeback potential that Rufus has. As opposed to Sagat, obviously still has that big comeback potential.
And we saw Ryan is completely content with just choosing not to throw too many fireballs. As we saw against Taha, he could just stop throwing fireballs and play a different kind of aggressive game if he wanted to, which means that he can play the game without having Rufus's Ultra 2 as too much of a threat if he wants to. That's a really strong sweep.
Nice.
Gets over that crouch tech. Andreas just probing away there. Ryan not choosing to dragon at any point there. 2 standing medium punches.
I really felt like a dragon was coming there and it never did.
Like, yeah, it was quite surprising. I mean, Ryan is a big fan of abusing the fact that he does have a really strong reverse release. He does like to try his best to ease the pressure against characters that are so aggressive like Rufus as soon as he can, but for some reason that time he just chose to try and be a little bit more patient. Didn't quite work out. He got counter hit twice at the end there. I think that's what sealed it.
Oh, he was ready again.
Oh, Andreas had a nice idea trying to bait out the dragon. The uppercut rather just didn't work out. And Ryan is throwing all the right buttons right now.
Ooh.
Gets those 2-frame links.
Oh,
mate! Oh! Andreas has got something together here.
Dre hasn't got that
Andreas
again. He's got no
comeback. He's almost stunned. Oh my god. That was almost ridiculous.
Exactly, to bring that back with no real available Ultra as well.
The problem for Andreas there was like he could have taken the option to backdash from a follow-up Tiger uppercut that Ryan would have done to seal the round. But as soon as he backdashed, all the momentum would have been gone, and Ryan was just going to chip with an EX knee or something like that.
Exactly.
Andreas has got a good life lead here. Beats that stand hard kick.
Nice
Good
bait.
block. He gets the stun.
Only gets a level 2. Should be enough. Oh no.
Good uppercut there. And straight in with the dive kick. Really confident play with Andreas.
That was a very brave dive kick. I mean, he's got the health to survive the DP into Ultra. Ryan
Great
ready
reaction.
again.
Andreas demonstrating a lot more patience than we saw Taha did in the previous match against Ryan. But Ryan's responded to that, and that's why he's throwing more fireballs, right? Good
nice sweep. Beats out the Kara. Not sure about this choice of Ultra 2 for Andreas. He doesn't seem to be getting much out of it.
The problem is that Ryan's going to be playing the game a lot different if Andreas had Ultra 1. He would be throwing a lot more fireballs consistently throughout the entirety of the round. And that might not connect fully, but Ryan's going to go for the Ultra. It does! So Ryan is looking to take the second match here. Andreas wanted to put himself in the position for that Ultra 2. It didn't quite pay off. And Ryan, yes, takes the second match. It's now 1-1.
I'm not convinced, to be honest with you, this Ultra 2. Like, I know it's very difficult for him to get past those tiger shots.
I mean,
but
we've seen these guys play a lot.
At the moment, Ryan seems very comfortable throwing them because he's not really giving them a reason not to. Like, we've not seen him react with Ultra 2 yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all well and good picking the Ultra 2, but until, like, especially in a longer set, until you show someone that you can actually use it effectively, you know.
Perhaps considering that Andreas has demonstrated that he does have the comeback factor against Sagat rather, and that he can score hit after hit, and he can make the right choices when Ryan chooses to defend with a certain option, that maybe it is actually more beneficial to have Ultra 1 in that situation, just to make sure that he can tack on even more damage, to make sure he can close out rounds more comfortably. Maybe.
Alright, well, let's get back into it and see how Andreas adapts.
Okay. It's going to be Ultra 2 again for Andreas.
It's one apiece right now, so there's not really a lot to worry about so far.
Ryan with a pretty rare sweep. He messes up the combo. He saw the counter hit. Didn't connect the link.
Oh,
that overhead. Good dive kick there from Andreas. Oh,
that time he didn't drop the link. And
Andreas definitely pressed the wrong button there. I think he's going for a crouch medium punch. He got stand medium punch instead. Andreas started the first few rounds with a lot of momentum, and he took great advantage of it. Not so much in the last couple of rounds.
Ooh.
Good Messiah kick. Andreas squeezes out of the trap there, and he tried to go for another Ultra 2. It's not going to work again. He must have reacted to something there.
I think he was trying to catch the dash, but Ryan
was going for a full jump in punish on the Ultra 2. Realised he had to go for the cross up instead.
Now
it's
that
going to be
Ultra
really
put him out of the corner.
Ooh! Andreas sitting with no Ultra 2. He's going to have to do this the hard way, but he gets a set up here. The empty jump low.
Delayed it.
Stayed in front with that dive kick, didn't follow up. He almost had to go for that follow up. And Ryan takes the second match pretty comfortably. Andreas with 2 botched Ultra 2 attempts. 2 matches so far.
And again, I'm not really convinced.
And yeah, fair
I
enough.
think
He's going to
change.
get to Ultra 1.
I think he's going to change.
He might as well. At least he's in complete control of how he uses that Ultra.
Definitely.
And I'm pretty sure that having said that, I'm pretty sure that Ryan's going to start throwing a lot more fireballs. That's the problem for Andreas.
We'll see how he deals with it, because obviously at the moment it's not really working for him as he would do, and the damage is becoming an issue. You know, he's not in that position where he's able to bring it back.
And of course, I spoke to Ryan before, and he explained very well that he's really comfortable against characters that have really good anti-fireball ultras, that he can actually just get aggressive himself, start using Sagat's pokes. And to be fair, Sagat has a big hitbox, and he's got like terrible walk speed, but his pokes are actually really good. Stand light kick, stand medium kick, stand hard kick are all amazing moves. Ryan also likes to use stuff like crouch hard punch at the right time as well. And he scores a lot of hits like that.
He's really good when he knows you're looking for something as well, because like when you get that ultra up, it's like your eyes light up and you're waiting for him to throw that tiger shot, and it's like, you know, he'll just walk up and throw. He'll walk up and throw you.
Yeah, and he behaves completely accordingly.
Yeah, exactly. So let's get into the game again and see whether Andreas can change it up and see whether this makes a difference. So Ryan, of course, sticks with Ultra 1.
Yep, why not?
And Dre's looking for that damage. This means, obviously on both sides, it's going to change up the way they play. As you said, Ryan's going to be far more happy to throw a lot more tiger shots, especially varying the high and the lows.
We didn't see Andreas try it on with too many jump-ins, predicting fireballs, but we should see him make an attempt like that now. Forward hard kick almost hit there.
He's just throwing it out there predictably. Like, he's neutral jumping at a range where if he dive kicks, that forward hard kick will hit. And Dre looking very comfortable now in the corner. Oh, but Ryan puts him straight back.
Oh, really strong move, that style hard kick. Andreas is taken to the air really safely. Oh, he doesn't get the link! And I think that's going to hit. Yes, on the ground as well. That's going to take the round. Andreas basically did everything right there. It was neutral jumping, staying away from Sagat's amazing anti-air so well.
Definitely.
But then just missed that one combo. That's a real shame.
Nice.
That crouch medium punch is very good against dive kicks, actually.
Whiffs the overhead. Oh, and that is going to hurt.
Tiger uppercut as well. Ryan can make it 3-1 very quickly here. Oh, I'm not sure what Ryan was going for there. Gets out of the corner, uppercut to chip. That's 3-1. So yeah, Andreas had an amazing first match, but now Ryan's brought back 3 pretty comfortably.
He looks very comfortable, man. He does look very comfortable. Dre...
It's now's the moment where Dre really has to switch
He had a really good first round, and I think, you know, if he'd have closed that round off, it would have made a big difference. So I think it's really just a matter with him with momentum, confidence,
and he's gotten those chances. He's had that momentum, but it's just not been enough. Maybe 2 chances. He almost made that ridiculous comeback somehow. Just didn't work out for him. And there in the previous round we saw, just 1 dropped combo. That was everything.
Okay, well, yeah, let's get back into it then. Straight back into the games.
Ryan Hart is 3-1 up here. It's the first of 5 single elimination set. This is the grand final. Andreas mistimes the throw a little bit there. Of course, that's another great move of Sagat's, that forward light kick. Really tricky move. The reason why that move is so good is because it operates at exactly the range where something like a safe Tiger Knee, a medium kick Tiger Knee of Sagat's would actually whiff. So for opponents who are wary of Tiger Knees coming at them like that, they suddenly become a little bit more cautious, and that's why they fall back a bit. So a knee from that sort of range would actually whiff, the same, like right there, you just saw Andreas punish it. And from that sort of range, that's where Sagat will start using forward light kick, because it does have enough range to just about tag people from there. Yeah, Ryan's spacing that move really well. Forward hard kick, good reactions. Yes, that is going to be the round.
Ryan looks very comfortable. Dre, as you said, is having to negotiate a lot more fireballs. I've not really seen any sort of predicted jump-ins. You can react and jump into low tiger shot. It would be nice to see Dre at least.
Dre doesn't cancel that time. Kara uppercut.
Again,
there you go, crouch medium punch again. That is a really good crouch tech to use. And Ryan is pretty comfortable getting aggressive here. He doesn't have to, but he is.
Nice to see if Dre can start trying to use some different frame traps rather than just a dive kick.
A lot of fireballs here. Ryan has to stop sometime. Yeah, he's going to fall back just for now.
He's ready. Ryan Hart will not let you do that.
Yeah.
No way.
Rufus players don't get away with EX Tornado against Ryan. He'll always uppercut them, always.
So,
that is 4-1.
Ryan's at 4-1.
Wow.
Now, Dre has been 4-1 down already today.
That is true, in an even worse matchup than this, but Ryan has proven he's completely on point. He hasn't made many mistakes in this last set, to be fair.
Not really.
So as for what Andreas is going to do differently, he has to, I think the only way he can realistically crawl his way back into this set to try and win it is to be brave and just try jumping in. I really think he has to get those jump-ins at the right time and just try and steal rounds as quickly as he can, just to get momentum back in his favour, get Sagat in the corner. If he manages to make enough reads against Ryan's uppercuts at the right time, he can still claw back matches.
Now, what can he do to counteract Ryan's crouch taking with medium punch? Because that is really stopping a lot of his momentum. It's really resetting him in the air. It's pushing him back out to that awkward space and he doesn't really want to be at, where Sagat's pokes are very strong as well. Yeah,
I think the alternative to deal with crouch teching with Sagat's crouch medium punch is to simply dive kick higher, or if Andreas really feels like it, and it's not the worst idea in the world, is to just go for like a delayed EX Messiah kick in his face, similar way.
He can even do a hard punch as a frame trap.
He can try the frame trap with that as well. He just has to be a little bit cautious of Sagat suddenly stand teching instead, so that's something you have to watch out for. And if Ryan does get a back throw when his back's against the wall, that means with Ryan out of the corner, he's gonna Andreas is gonna lose a lot of life before he gets that chance to start getting his aggression going again. And Ryan's established a really strong fireball game already, we can see. Oh, that forward fist.
Nice.
Good backdash.
Oh, gets him underneath, which is quite difficult to do. Wow, that didn't go through.
Yeah, the tornado has a little bit of startup. Yeah. Ryan is going straight in this time.
Yeah, he was ready for that dash forward. Ryan loves that. Just the pressure.
And Ryan wasn't ready for the tick throw that time. But it's the uppercut. That's much better from Dre. I think Ryan was just a little too hasty there, and Andreas happened to be ready. He was well prepared.
Opens up with the EX Tiger shot.
Jabs that stand hard kick again, very nice.
Didn't need to let go of that. Oh, he's really trying to trap him. But Dre is being very disciplined, not pressing any buttons. Oh yes, that was a good option. Like you said, just go for it.
Yeah. That's a move we haven't seen Andreas use very much throughout the tournament at all, and that's of course fast standing hard kick. It's +2 on block. It's pretty much invincible to low attacks, which might be the reason he's not going to use it so much against Sagat, because Sagat, his most favourable move isn't necessarily crouch medium kick. It's got to be
now
the
Ryan there, instead of going for a DP to finish off the combo, he went for the EX Tiger shot, and he just threw Dre completely across the screen and just reset that whole obstacle course that he's got to get through. And you're seeing exactly why he went for that.
And a comfortable walk-in throw means Brian has tournament point here at 4-1 up.
It might be the last round for both of these players, you never know. But Dre has seen this before. Oh, that was right at the tippy tip.
And yeah, this is a massive problem from Andreas, because Ryan is so ready with those anti-airs, right? And Rufus does have a very bad jump hard to deal for getting into Sagat. That forward hard kick. Andreas has lost half his life in this round.
Nice sweep.
Sagat on full bar as well.
Nice.
Wow, okay.
Did that grab him out of Tiger knee?
Yes. Just before he left the ground, I think.
Yeah. Oh.
This is dangerous here for Andreas. One uppercut could seal it.
Nice.
That was really brave. Walk-in throw there. He gets the EX Messiah kick. He's going to do the Ultra.
And that's the game.
Wow.
Well played. Very well played from Dre.
So scary. Exactly the same sort of thing we saw when he was playing against Seth. At any moment he could have lost it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it comes down to that. Literally, it definitely just comes down to those moments where.
And Andreas, wow! I really hope for his sake he can keep that up for another few more games. Let's see.
Definitely. I mean, Ryan still looks very comfortable. He doesn't look flustered at all. You know, he knows he could have won that match. He knows he's got real estate to play with. He's 4-2 up now. He's still got, you know, breathing space. He has to lose 3 straight games. So we'll see exactly how he handles it.
Andreas has done it once before. Faced a real uphill battle. And something's going to change. We might see Ryan change characters. Nope.
No.
Go straight back in. Ryan Hart is
change
up
of stage?
4-2 against his teammate Western Wall's Andreas.
So we are looking for more of that sort of pressure from Dre. He wasn't letting him get away with those crouch techs. He blew that up with the ex-Messiah kick.
Yes, yeah.
I'm seeing Ryan backdash a little bit more though in strings, in pressure situations. He has been using that standing hard kick up close as well, rather than the crouch and medium kick, because it does beat obviously the higher dive kicks, which is the obvious counter to crouch and medium punch. That's a great thing about Ryan. He knows what your options are to beat what he's doing, so he's ready
Dre
for when you
lost a
challenge.
lot of life in this round, mostly to just raw tiger shots.
That is going to be punished, but
Not the biggest
fully.
punish, just 2 jabs.
Nice standing medium kick.
Gets the sweep. Yeah, there you go, Ryan backdashing.
He jumped forward to avoid like the second DP, I think that was.
Andreas just gets the throw.
Oh!
Another throw.
He's going to do empty jump Messiah. Oh!
Wow.
That's guaranteed, I think.
Really good patience from Ryan. He knew exactly
And he's
what was
thrown
coming
all
there.
of his meter away as well.
Yeah, that's not good. Once again, Ryan is on tournament point.
It would have been a great trade-off if he'd have won the round, but that was not the case. Good throw.
Good throw. Another
and again.
throw. That's a close stand medium punch on wake up there.
That time blows through the tiger shot.
Ryan hasn't thrown a defensive uppercut in a long time here.
No, he's waiting.
Could see it
I can tell
very
he's waiting for
soon.
the
Gets the
moment.
ultra. Brilliant, brilliant.
Ryan has got 4 bars to play with.
Oh, botches the setup a little bit there, Andreas. And this is really dangerous. 4 bars from Sagat and an ultra. This could end right here if Andreas isn't completely careful. Oh, jumps at the perfect
That was a
time.
great time. Naturally, you'd assume that Ryan would stop throwing tiger shots with that sort of pattern, because it was getting quite predictable.
Yeah, maybe he did. Yeah, I guess he did have to eventually, but Andreas clocked on just in time.
But Ryan's the sort of guy that will just carry on, throw him again. It wasn't really in the time that that really mattered. So
Good blocking by Andreas. Really
it
good
can make you
blocking.
think that
And
you've
another
got hope.
uppercut. Yep.
Oh, that corner pressure.
Andreas stuck in the corner here. He needs to get close really fast now. See, he's losing a lot of life.
Oh, that was DP.
Ryan
Ultra,
doesn't get the
heard it.
reaction there.
Oh!
That's
Oh!
the target combo ultra. Andreas can do something with this. He has one
So
chance.
he's got one
virtually.
setup. He's got one setup. They're both
Like
at
the
equal
psychic.
health.
Oh! Just whiffs! Oh! And he's got the 1 bar. Oh! There it
And
is.
Ryan Hart takes it.
Ryan with the backdash, uppercuts
Ryan
the
Hart
dive kick,
takes
and
it.
he takes it. Fantastic. There you have
A
it.
great performance from Andreas, though, man. That was really well.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just a few more guesses in like his favour. Yeah, he could have made it 4-3, and anything can happen from there. We'd seen him do it
Definitely.
once before.
Definitely.
But yeah, Ryan played so solid throughout the entire
The whole
tournament, so it's no surprise. It's
evening.
really
The
not.
whole evening.
Yeah.
So, if we can get Ryan, and we'll talk to him a little bit about his victory. If that's
Yes.
cool. Awesome.
Western Wolves, Ryan Hart, congratulations.
Aye,
That
thank
was pretty solid. It seemed like in the last set you really wanted to just switch things up and you really wanted to get aggressive with Rufus,
Yeah,
which you can
yeah.
afford to do because defensively is weak.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
how do you feel about that matchup in general?
I do definitely think it's in Sagat's favour. I think that the fireball game is really tricky for Rufus to get around because of his big jump size and his body size as well. It makes the tiger shot game really tricky, and you can actually dictate the pace of the match just from that, initially.
Yeah.
When Rufus gets in, I mean, Sagat's pokes, Rufus doesn't really want to trade, and crouch medium is so good against a dive kick. I mean, Sagat does have the tools. Rufus does have ways around them, but then it's an extra element of psychology that's kind of unorthodox for Rufus's general game. So it's quite hard to lean all of your weight on that, you know, and then in that particular instance, maybe Sagat won't do the crouch medium, you know, and so stuff like that. So it does become quite difficult to find one solid strategy that's dependable, you know, in the Sagat matchup. There's so many things that he can do that are so effective in a very simple way. So that's why I think there's
big stand hard kick.
It's such a wide hitbox. You know, hardly not much risk at all from that move, and you know it makes it really hard for a character like Rufus. So I think you know Andreas played amazingly all tournament in every single matchup. But that particular matchup, I do think that it's really tough for Rufus just as a character. I don't like
traditionally it's always been like that,
and I mean I don't really like to limit, you know, a character's value just on matchups, but it kind of does come down to that sometimes. So but with that said, like I think Dre still played really amazing. So, but a couple of things at the end, couple of mistakes all over the place, really.
A little bit, yeah. There seemed like for a moment it seemed like if he almost made it 4-3, if he made one more read, just about, that could have changed a lot if it was 4-3 from that point on. Yeah,
definitely. He had some really good reads with the EX Messiahs when he had me down coming in for pressure. I'm not sure if maybe he couldn't have done a few more throws in that scenario.
He'd already done a lot.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the gamble right there, isn't it? Yeah. So, but yeah, that's the thing. It does come down to that sort of 50-50 gamble. Do I go for the throw to stun him, or do I now mix it up? You know, of course you want to go for something because you want to maintain that pressure because you've got him nearly stunned. You know he's under pressure. He doesn't want to do much because he doesn't want to risk losing the whole round. So,
but you responded to that pretty well.
I think that just comes down to experience. You know, you obviously you respect the risk value there, but you also know that you can't just give up at that point and just take whatever mix up. You still have to have your mind in place and try and, you know, put your wits on one of the mix-ups, you know, on a particular guess, and obviously that guess is based on the characteristics of the opponent and obviously things that he's done up to that point, that will lead you to believe he's playing one of a certain number of styles.
Right.
You know. So yeah, no, it was could have gone either way there with that particular mix-up at the end. But yeah, it's just one of those things, I guess. Had he have done maybe a shorter dive kick, he might have been able to actually bait the uppercut. You know, things like that. So I do my best to try and judge the height. You know, if it's short, I won't do the DP. If Rufus jumps and I do the motion for DP, you know, I don't have to actually press the button until I see a certain height.
Yeah.
So you know he can't actually escape anymore.
But I guess like the downside to that is that if he does dive kick short and you don't uppercut, that means chances are he's going to get to press buttons.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't dive kick, if you don't punish his jump in and he dives kick short, now he's closed the space down. You've got less options, and he's probably following a certain game plan that won't be good for you. So, you know, for the opponent. So yeah, obviously, but that's Rufus though, isn't it? You know, that's any sort of aggressive character that wants to rush down. He'll have tools in place to get him into the space that he needs to be in.
I think like throughout the tournament, generally, you scored so much damage from having a really aggressive Sagat, and you just switch it on and off, switch it between defensive zoning. You've obviously proven you can zone incredibly well against a multitude of characters, but also aggressively you're really good. You knew about all the Tiger Knee traps that you can use against Rufus, stuff like that.
I think that's really good to mix up with Sagat's, you know, just actually rushing down when you need to. You know, it's not something that Sagat generally has to do, but it can be really effective, especially on characters that don't have strong wake up like Rufus. So it's another thing. I mean, in my matchups today, I did actually come across maybe all three of my opponents didn't have characters that have a really strong wake up. You know, to Abel, he doesn't really have a DP. You know, you kind of have to take the pressure. So that allowed me.
Sagat, even a character like Sagat can get something going.
Definitely, you know, once he's knocked someone like that down, that doesn't have like a reversal DP or something like that, that's 3 frames. You do have options. You definitely do. Oh yeah.
So, well, that was a really good performance, and no surprise you won considering the performance we saw on the screen, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Ryan Hart is your winner for the Winner Stays On Invitational, and he takes home a clean £1,000. I think, yes. And before we go, I want to get you to tell the guys on stream about the latest project that you've been working on.
Okay, so I have been working on a really, really exciting project, folks. It's an action comic. Okay, it's an action comic, and it's called Naraya, and you can check it out on www.narayathecomic.com. and there's an amazing all-star cast in the comic. You know, there's so many of your fellow top players that you love watching and you respect. Justin Wong's involved. I'm involved as well. Vampy Bitme's involved. Lots of very well-known people that are on the project. Keiji Inafune, you know, the creator of Mega Man, he's involved as well.
Oh wow!
So yeah, there's some big names involved, and it's going to be really amazing. So I'm looking forward to it. Kayane's involved. Kayane from France. Everyone knows Kayane. She's in the project as well. Apollo. Sean Clark, you know, the really famous StarCraft broadcast journalist, you know, esports. So it's just really exciting. I'm really exciting. Shout outs to the producer Anthony Awarinde for his amazing brain coming up with everything and working together with me on the project. It's been really fun so far, and it's going to be brilliant. So please support us. You can check out the campaign on Indiegogo, and we really need everyone's backing. It's going to be an amazing project. And be in the comic. You know, the best thing about the comic is actually it's a social comic. It's a global social comic. You can be in the comic. Anyone in the world can be in the comic, and that's what's amazing about it, you know. So we want the comic to be filled with all our friends, families, associates, colleagues, people from tournaments that you know, everyone, just to fill up this comic. And you can be anyone you like. You can be a really evil bad guy that just causes loads of havoc and problems for the antagonists, or you can be a really nice guy that helps out, you know, good guys in trouble. You can be a hero yourself, all kinds of things. So whatever your taste, there's definitely something for you. Check it out. Please support. Thank you.
That's awesome. Thanks very much, Ryan, and congratulations for today. It was a fantastic performance.
Thank you very
as
much.
Always. Where are we going to see you next? We're going to see you at DreamHack.
You're actually going to see me tomorrow in Paris. I'm going to a tournament there, so it's a very busy weekend for me. And yeah, I'm going to be representing Western Wolves Team Mad Cats as well there, so this is great. Shout outs to Mad Cats, shout outs to Team Western Wolves, and NariaTheComic.com. Check it out.
Thanks very much, guys, and thank you, Ryan. Cheers. And I think we're just going to get Logan on once again to round things up.
Thank you very much, Zach. Much appreciated.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
I shall look forward to seeing you in action on the microphone again in DreamHack in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
Of course, please make sure you subscribe to Capcom Fighters channel. There's so many cool events that they broadcast there from around the world. All the on-demand videos will be available on the YouTube over the next coming weeks. We're going to edit them up. Put them together with all those lovely little video vignettes, all that sort of stuff. So there'll be cool little pieces to check out on there as well if you want to watch back some of those awesome matches. Like I'm sure that that Andreas and Problem X will get a fair few views.
I'd hope so, most definitely.
Definitely. And we're also on Twitter as well. Hopefully we'll be putting together some more stuff for the UK FGC. So if you want to keep abreast of what Winner Stays On is doing, you can just follow us on Twitter, which is @WinnerStaysOn. Thank you very much again to Mr. Bardolph, worst geese ever, for
James.
putting together the broadcast with such professionalism and panache as always. Don't forget you subscribe to him and check out his website, which is armhouse.tv.
Yes.
Is that right? Yeah, armhouse.tv. You can subscribe to him on YouTube as well, which is youtube.com/hackf, HAKF. Thank you to our sponsors, of course, as well. Thank you very much to Mad Cats. Thank you very much to Iyama. And massive thank you to Capcom. Without all of you guys, this wouldn't be possible. And thank you, of course, to all you guys for tuning in tonight. It was a real pleasure bringing some of this UK FGC talent to you. And hopefully we'll be able to do more of these in the future.